Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about why you're easily replaceable. And again, this is just the vicious cycle that we live in this thing called life, where depending on your circumstances, depending on the state that you're in, depending on the jobs and how people operate within that market, you can easily be replaced, and it comes on both sides. I've been a manager for so long, right? People will smile in your face all day, every day. They just want to stay under the radar and just want to keep their jobs. But vice versa, your team members will smile in your face all day, and then they will also take it upon themselves to throw managers under the bus in order to keep their jobs. And being from New York, you always figure that productivity is everything. And so I go off of productivity. I just found out today that I'm the most productive member in my team. I do the most volume in my team. I am killing it, apparently. This is what I've heard today. But the second top producer, the second best member in our team, showed up late to work a few times and is already being ostracized by the higher ups for whatever reason, and it might be pressure from other groups targeting individuals and saying, hey, we need to trim some fat, or we need to get better members in here. But how do you quantify what a better member is? How do you quantify what productivity is? In fact, am I being too productive? Is what I have to start to question, because they already see this guy is doing X amount of volume. If I pulled back, they would raise an eyebrow to what is going on? Why is he not as productive? And also, it would also send a message to the rest of my team members that they need to be more productive. Therefore, look what this young person is doing. Why aren't you able to do the same? Now everybody must meet a certain standard. Everybody must meet a certain volume. And then, of course, I'm going to have to keep my volume and my numbers as high as they have been. And so I could be setting a new precedent without even knowing, because people will look at my numbers and say, why isn't everybody with the same amount of numbers? Why doesn't everybody have the same call volume? And so that's just another thing that you don't necessarily take into consideration. You just want to do a good job, but in doing a good job, again, you're going to basically be shining a lot brighter than they may even want you to. And so one way I try to mitigate the risk of shining too bright for my position is to just simply, you know, show people that they are beneficial, because everybody wants to feel as if they had a part to play in your success. I've learned my lesson from outshining the pack and not giving any credit, because there was no need to give credit. But this time, you allow credit to be given. People feel more comfortable in your success because they feel as though they lent a helping hand in your success. And I tend to be more to myself as well, because once you do get acclimated, once you do start to understand the industry, you tend to not need as much help, and so you just stop asking those same questions and getting other people involved. And I do feel like I'm hitting that type of plateau right now, but then I also have to backtrack and say, you know what? As long as you keep other people involved, as long as you keep people engaged and you're talking to them, they're going to always have your back. This person wants to be better. This person wants to keep their job, and therefore they're going to want you around. Um, what I notice is, again, in this state, if you don't attend the social events, if you don't attend the events where other people are involved, if you're not paying into the group activities and things of that nature, you can be ostracized as well, right? And so there's a fee associated with working in social environments, a fee working in sales environments, a fee working in communities in which you are supposed to band together, even if it's individual work. And that fee is going to be shown through different activities. And if you're unwilling to do those activities for one reason or another, maybe you have bills that need to be paid, maybe you have other obligations that you weren't planning to um, pay into this thing, that can ostracize you. You can be labeled someone who is not a part of the team, someone who is not willing to do what others are willing to do. And even if it has nothing to do with work, you can be labeled someone who is um, not friendly. And simply not being friendly can be a great reason to be fired. And no matter how productive you are, no matter how much you help the customers, if people look around and they say, we got to let somebody go, then it'll be you. Because that's the state that I live in. It's not about productivity here in Ohio. In New York, it is. And so I am the most productive team member, as I've just heard today from one of my members. But all that means is that I'm a productive employee. And that's not where we want to be on this channel. Where we want to be is what? We want to be business men and women. We want to be investor class. We want to be cash flow kings and queens. We want to be able to live off of the fruits of our investments, not our labor, right? We want to work smart, not hard. And that doesn't mean we don't work hard as well. That doesn't mean we don't find things that we're passionate about and go after that. I took a $25,000 pay cut for a job that I absolutely love, for a job that gives me work-life balance, for a job that allows me to have the time off when I want it and need it, for a job that allows me to have my sleep when I want my sleep, for a job that doesn't call me after hours, for a job that is going to give me PTO when I go on my vacation. And, you know, all of those things are very important because it allows me to, again, keep that fresh mind and keep the mindset of getting after it. And I told you all that when I was making the extra 25,000 a year, I was so miserable that I would just end up leaving the job and still making the same money that I would make at this job all year round. So as long as I stay at this job all year round, I would still make the same money because I hadn't quit the job. I hadn't had time off. I hadn't had a gap in pay. And so, you know, when you say that 25,000, you got to include the taxes, you got to include everything else that goes with it, you got to include the stress, you got to include the time away from home. I get 2 days off, period, every single week. And I put that into my YouTube channel, I put that into my relationships, I put that into my other businesses. I got to go and look at my real estate property this weekend. So again, there's a lot of stuff that I'm now able to do and be more consistent with because of the work-life balance, and I don't take that for granted. But understand, you are replaceable. No matter how much you don't think you're irreplaceable, you are replaceable. I've heard so many times top producers of several industries just get cut. Just be told you're no longer needed. You're not good enough. Even people who are 10 years in, especially in sales, been killing it forever. They get a new manager and they say, just give me a package, I'm out of here. That's unbelievable to me. That as good as you are, as productive as you are, they're not trying to keep you. They're not trying to have you stay. So I already understand the business that I'm in. Productivity doesn't really mean anything. And although I'm productive, I understand that I could be easily let go. And because I'm in a financial situation to where that doesn't affect me, it doesn't matter at all. And it's not even about me because I'm not on the chopping block. You know, I'm not being ostracized. I'm just going with the flow and kind of drifting along. I might be the top producer, but I'm not bragging, I'm not boasting. I'm just going about my day as if I'm clueless, as if I don't really know what is going on. And, you know, it's just something to take into consideration. You know, everybody has bills, responsibilities, and things that they need to take care of. But in this dog eat dog world, a lot of people forget about that human side um, when it comes to letting go of somebody. Do I believe that this person deserves to be let go? I don't really believe that, but at the same time, I don't really know all that is going into this decision that they're making. And so, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You know I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.